This is a Headgum podcast.
I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, once you'd gone there was never an honest word. And that was when I ruled the world. Wow. Chris Martin hits every time. That was Viva la Vida by Coldplay. Wow, the year's 2012, baby. We are back in the year 2012. And you know we love it here. So I am going to just quickly, we've been here once or twice or three times, four times maybe, and we're back. So I'm just going to really quickly tell you, according to teenvogue.com, the 10 pop culture moments that, quote, rocked 2012. Number one, they say boy band mania lands stateside thanks to One Direction and The Wanted, two British bands. 2, Gangnam Style, number one song on the radio. 3, Call Me Maybe, Madness hits YouTube. Justin Bieber came across the catchy song and enlisted his buddies Selena Gomez, Ashley Tisdale, and the guys from Big Time Rush to film a lip-sync dance routine on camera. Wow. Gossip Girl series finale. Crazy. Yeah, Gangnam Style we already know. Twilight comes to an end. Crazy. Hunger Game Catches Fire comes out. Huge. Pretty Little Liars also comes to the end, which is a lot of these teen shows ending. The Fierce Five, my gymnastic girlies, aka Gabby Douglas, Allie Raceman, Kyla Ross, Jordan Weber, and Michaela Maroney.
Not impressed.
Now known as the Fierce Five, slayed, brought home gold. Okay, the Disney girls get new gigs. Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, all, blossomed.
Growing up.
Taylor Swift's, this is the last one that we're going to end with. Taylor Swift released Red in 2012. And where were we when Red was being released? We were in the North Shore suburbs of Chicago, and we're Mike Liebenson. Mike.
Wow.
What?
I'm taken back.
A year.
What a year for pop culture and for me.
Why do you think culturally, all of those heavy hitter teen shows were coming to an end?
It was crazy because it was sort of this climax to sort of our adolescence ending with us. Toy Story 3 also came out in 2012. I don't know why that wasn't on the list.
I mean, that was huge.
Literally sobbed while watching that because we were graduating with Andy.
Yeah.
Moving on to college. We were about to do the process ourselves.
Wait, was that hold on. What was the most recent Toy Story to come out?
That was Toy Story 4.
Okay, Toy Story 4.
That, to me, it's not canon. I'm so sorry.
But Toy Story 4 got me fucked up.
Where Woody's on his own?
Yes, I did not like that.
No, it was stressful. I was too stressed.
I didn't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I'm actually upset. And doesn't Andy have a kid now or something like that?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's got nieces and nephews too.
Yeah, I just the Andy fading off the boot. I didn't like at all. I didn't like being donated. I didn't.
Did you connect with Bonnie, the new girl?
Bonnie, the new girl. Bonnie, the
new
Bonnie
owner.
With the Bonnie was the new owner.
Sweet, but not the same.
She's
not Andy.
Here's what I'll say. Andy is a sick fuck. Because
Go there.
I'm going to. I'm going to go there. I have had my stuffed animal Zarly since the day I was fucking born. And if you Zarly, he is a stuffed penguin, and he and I have gone through war together.
What condition would you say Zarly is in?
Bad.
Okay.
Tattered.
Well worn.
Well worn. He sits on a shelf underneath my nightstand next to me. And sometimes if I'm feeling like I need a little TLC, I'll snuggle him.
Will he be between you and Abe?
Abe doesn't love when Zarly's in the bed, but you know, he deals with it.
See, I have Patrick.
See?
My little bear.
There you go.
With backpack and turtleneck and tartan pants.
And he should be fully
The
dressed.
OG faggot in my life.
he should be fully dressed.
And he just kind of props himself against the wall.
Yeah.
He's never made it to bed.
Look, Zarly only now comes to bed. Actually, it's very rare that Abe and Zarly are in bed at the same time. Usually it'll be like when Abe's out of town.
It's poly, actually.
Yeah, I'm in a poly relationship with, me and my stuffed animal and my husband. But I would never donate Zarly.
I don't think I'm sentimental. Are you sentimental in that way?
Yeah.
I keep all of my unfortunately, I keep most of my knickknacks. They're in little bags like under my bed or in my dad's closet.
Andy just tossing this toy aside.
Continuing this, but he's passing them along, continuing this cycle. No, you don't buy it.
No.
It's selfish. He's gaslighting all of us.
Yeah, he is. He is. Because isn't the whole point of like wonder of the universe the fact that we can like tap into our childhood selves at any given time, and that like we don't need to let go of the playfulness and joie de vivre of our youth? So shouldn't a part of that be Andy hanging on to fucking Woody for when he has a goddamn spawn that he wants to give a Woody to?
He's not strong. He's not strong enough.
But you better believe if I have a child, they're not fucking touching Zarly.
It's yours. It's mommy's.
It's mine. Yeah.
You don't get mommy's.
I say you're not putting your mangled fucking
not my man.
Yeah, no, you're not touching my man. Get your hands off my man. I get jealous. Like I need to go to therapy because I'm jealous of my child for playing with my stuffed animal.
You have couples counseling, actually.
Yeah.
As a family.
Yeah, as a family.
Zarly.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, wait. What was high school like for you? What was going on with you in high school?
Oh, yeah.
2008 to 2014 were your high school years. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, I repeated 2 years twice. 2012.
No, you were in high school from 2008
to 2014?
to 2012.
Oh, you said 14.
Did I say 14? Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry, I've been talking a lot today.
I did graduate on time. I just want to make sure that's on the record.
Yeah, that is on the record.
I was straight all of high school. So unfortunately, like my main identity was like girlfriends. Wow. I was like girlfriend boy. Yeah.
Really?
I love her to death. But I met her first semester freshman year.
You had the same girlfriend all throughout high school?
Yes. So I'm loyal. I'm loyal, babes.
These hoes ain't loyal. You are, though.
Except for me.
Yeah. These hoes ain't loyal except for me. That's nice.
We met freshman year. She wanted to ask me to turnabout. And
what's turnabout?
Turnabout's like Sadie Hawkins, pretty much. Like girl-ass guy.
Yeah.
And
subversive.
My older brother's friend's sister asked me.
My older brother's
friend's sister.
Okay.
We were in the same grade.
Got it.
She asked me, and I said yes. But then
you can say her name.
Audrey asked me, and I was like, fuck. And I literally went back to the other girl. So I was like, I'm kind of into Audrey. I kind of like her vibe.
So you did like Audrey.
I did. Of course I did. I was also a late bloomer. So I was pretty much not through puberty when I met Audrey. So like I liked the idea of her.
Right.
She was just this like girl who was interested in me
and
liked my little bow ties and collared shirts.
Were you a bow tie kid in school?
I grew to bow tie. That was kind of my final evolution. My senior year was bow tie. Like full J.Crew prep.
We're going to get into style momentarily.
Absolutely.
But so she asked you to turnabout.
And I had to backtrack and basically tell, as a, hey, I know I said yes to you.
But I can't.
But I gotta go this way.
So then what ended up happening after that?
We go over to her house.
Okay.
And literally my friend JJ's with us.
Okay.
And JJ's like, Audrey really likes you. They were kind of like puppet master.
Uh-huh.
They were like, Audrey really likes you. You got to ask her out, and you got to ask her out right now in a big way. And Facebook had just come out. It was 2008.
Hold on. So this is like immediately after the dance?
This was before the dance. She had asked me.
I see.
And JJ and I go upstairs in Audrey's house. We open a laptop. I don't even know whose laptop, but we open a laptop. And I log into Facebook, and I just relationship request Audrey. That's how I asked her out. No conversation, no dates beforehand. Just, would you be Mike Liebenson was requesting to be in a relationship with you. And then we wait. She accepts it. And that's how we knew we were dating. Literally no even talk.
No discussion.
And then we pecked each other on the lips outside, and that was it. And the rest was history.
And you stayed together all of high school?
Yes.
Literally the whole time?
Well, obviously not until the final semester of senior year is when the cracks started to surface. But
well, we'll get to that.
We will get to the cracks.
So you guys were just a hot and heavy item.
We were kind of poster boy, poster girl of like high school sweethearts. Like they're gonna be together forever, father, mother, that vibe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were kind of the first because we were like the oldest. We were kind of like the oldest relationship. There was like from my middle school. Okay. I won't say last names, but like they were doing hand jobs in like 7th grade. You know what I mean? So like, and they're married now. So like they win.
Yeah.
They've been together since middle school.
All the way.
And I'm so happy for them. But like first sex rumor at my middle school was giving hand jobs in his steam room.
In a steam room?
They're rich.
Oh my God.
There's a steam room in the house, yeah.
Oh my God. If my child was like, hey mom, I'm gonna hit the steam with my boyfriend, I would be like, the fuck you are.
What was it? It was at estate, I should say.
Yeah, if any of my kids are like, I'm going in the steamer, I'd say, no, you're not. I need to be out of the house. I can't knowingly know you're in the steam room with someone.
When houses are that big and basements are that expansive, you know what I mean? Like you could just get lost.
And a mother is on Klonopin. Honey,
don't have to tell me.
You don't know what's happening.
So we were basically instantly like.
You guys obviously had sex.
That senior year. So basically, I loved it at first because it was just literally above the neck. It was above the neck for, I would say, the first year, which we started with pecs. Okay. And then the pecs turned into, we first made out inside the Disney store changing room underneath the little castle.
Oh my God. What were you doing in the Disney store?
Being little hooligans, walking, like terrorizing our outdoor mall.
Love that.
I don't know why there's an outdoor mall in Chicago.
Well, you got to shop in the snow.
It was a vibe, but we were in the Disney store and I pulled her into the dressing room. Once again, JJ, the instigator, was like, you gotta do it.
Where is this JJ now?
JJ's in New York. JJ's fucking, they won Tonys. Like, they're a producer.
Oh!
Shout out to JJ. I love them.
Yeah, well, it looks like JJ's good at producing because he clearly produced this relationship.
Yeah, and I remember making out with her for the first time, like really making out, and I achieved half chub.
Wow.
I would say it was an achievement of half chub.
Oh my God.
And that was kind of my moment where I was like, oh, so I'm straight.
Right.
Cool. I was like, oh, got it.
Did you think you were potentially gay until then, or did you not even think about it?
I think I grew up in a very like liberal bubble on the North Shore, and I also like my parents' best friends, or my dad's best friends. They're not my mom's best friends. My dad's best friends, Craig and Dushko, they're a gay couple. They're like my second parents, third and fourth people to hold me.
Got it.
So like gay was almost so normalized to me that like I didn't really think of that as an option. So then when I made out with Audrey, I just was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm straight. I'm not gay. Because I achieved half chub.
Right.
And that's all sex is just getting there. And then you don't have to worry about anything else. And little did I know.
So then it was just above the neck. And then obviously things escalated. Yeah,
but intermission, I got surgery on my balls. No, real left field. Between freshman year and sophomore year, I had... It's called a varicocele. Basically, like, like varicose veins that like old women get in their calves.
Yeah.
So I got that in my balls. Super fun. So basically,
so painful?
It actually isn't painful. It looks painful. It looked like the scale of justice was just like
tipping.
As
it always is.
As it always is. So that's what my balls looked like.
Wow.
And so a doctor just kind of went in there with like a little microscopic vacuum and just like sucked it up, tied it up, and made them normal.
Balance.
He restored balance.
That's crazy.
But that actually, it turned out to be the best gift for the rest of my tenure with her, because I would truly use that as like, I would sometimes, I would just go, I'm an actor, honey. I was like, oh, my balls are really hurting. I don't think we can do anything.
Yeah.
But before we got there, we got to breasts, which was sophomore year.
Yeah.
Do you know the movie Stardust?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we put on Stardust.
Yeah.
I had one of those little TVs in my room.
Yeah.
Like the one with the screen this big, like a 1920s TV with little VHS.
Yeah, like a chunky, like a white
chunky
body.
Girl. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a white box.
Yeah.
Put on Stardust and I made a big bowl of my mom's popcorn.
What's your mom's popcorn?
I know it sounds kind of dirty, but it was just she would make it from scratch from a whirly. Do you know
a
whirly
pot?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Grapeseed oil, nutritional yeast. Oh yeah, I would have to warn my friends. I was like very proud of it though, that my palate had adjusted to it. It was an acquired taste, but nutritional yeast, garlic, salt, pepper.
Oh my
Amore.
God! It sounds like
It was actually
BjornQorn.
amazing. BjornQorn, my literal favorite popcorn, because it takes me back.
Wow.
I wish it wasn't $7, but
me too.
It's so fucking good.
It's so good.
It's a drug.
Is your mom still making the popcorn?
Oh, absolutely, every time. I've carried the torch.
You've carried the legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. I make the popcorn for my friends.
I love nutritional yeast.
It's fucking so good.
It's
Nutritional
so
yeast on
good.
popcorn is truly
so good.
But some people hate it.
I know, but I don't understand why.
I think Audrey liked it, and I think I liked that
Audrey
about her.
liked
She wasn't like other
it.
girls.
You had a mouth full of nutritional yeast.
Yeah, greasy fucking fingers.
Yeah,
grabbing
her breasts.
grabbing her C cups. Gorgeous breasts.
That's what I have.
Perfect.
And did you?
Perfect
Everyone
handheld.
loves boobs. Let's just clear
It's absolutely
that up.
fun. It's a stress toy.
Yeah.
Like
it is a stress toy.
No, like I'm a tactile person. Like it was just fun. And so when it was me, once again, below the neck, above the belt, very fun.
Yeah.
And then the Golden Globes came around. And as they always do, the horniest award show in town. We were watching the Golden Globes with my twin.
Wait, I also love that in high school, I never watched any of this shit.
No.
I love that in high school you were watching
I watched
Golden
every
Globes.
single one. Every award show. That was my personality. I was tracking every network sitcom
Who was winning
drama.
that year? That was what, 2009, 2010?
Yeah, 2009 and 2010. Oh God. I don't even know if I could tell you.
We can have Tevi.
Once again,
look and see
when
who
I
the
tell you this
Golden
story,
Globe
I could
winners
not
are.
focus because all of a sudden I felt a hand on my thigh under the blanket. Also, we're next to my autistic twin brother. So I have a twin and he's autistic. And they had a really special bond, which was sweet. He, I think, loved her too.
Yeah.
Like romantically.
Oh.
But he was pretty much seated there on the couch and we were over here under a blanket. And that's when she decided to make the move, which was very uncomfortable for me. Once again, in my mind, I'm able to convince myself into anything. I'm like, well, of course I couldn't finish or really get fully hard because I'm next to my autistic twin brother. I don't really want to do that in front of him.
Is your brother identical?
No, not at all.
Fraternal.
We don't even look related sometimes. He's 6'11" and 450
He's 6'11"?
Yes.
Well, you're
Ferdinand
so tall.
I know, I'm 6'5". He makes me look tiny. I love being next to him. In a picture,
yeah,
I get to
'cause
feel
you're
skinny
6'5".
mini. Yeah.
He's 6'11"?
Yeah, which is like, I'm at like the sexy cutoff where it's like people fetishize my height.
Yeah.
But I can still pretty much fit anywhere.
6'6", too tall. 6'5", perfect.
Exactly. I'm right at, I'm like, I'm 6'4" and like 3/4. You know what I mean?
I dated
really
a guy that
both
was
ways.
6'4", and I remember feeling so small. Abe is like the perfect height for me. Abe is he's 6 feet, which for me is like great. I'm like edging on 5'4". Edging on it.
I mean, is height important to you?
Yes.
Okay. It can't be important. Height is important to me too, but it can't be important to me.
Well, wait. Is height important to me? Let me get this straight.
Yeah, go on the record.
I've dated every height on earth.
Me too.
My first boyfriend in high school, who I love to this day, 5'6". Okay.
Hot.
So like, you know,
Short king. Was he confident short king?
He was a confident short king. He still is.
Hell fucking yeah.
Absolutely. I love, like, is height important to me? No, but I do love the feeling. I like feeling short. I like feeling short among my girlfriends that are super tall. I like feeling short among my tall people.
See, I like feeling short too.
Yeah.
And that's really hard for me. To find someone above 6'5" is a near impossible task.
Yeah.
And oftentimes those people who are 6'5", 6'6", taller, they want someone super tiny.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I bring them to this place of almost like it's too much reminding them of themselves.
Here's the thing. When I do wear my like big heels, my big shoes that knock me up to like, you know, 5. I have some shoes that make me like 5'9". I'm too powerful.
platform.
I'm too powerful.
I mean, that's twink height. You're like you're gay twink height at 5'9".
And I rule the world when I'm 5'9".
Absolutely.
And sometimes I need to take the shoes off because I feel I'm too powerful. You know what I mean?
You're about to wag your finger and yell at someone.
Yes. And I'm like, I need to get back down to earth.
I need to be grounded.
Yeah, I need to be grounded because this is giving me too much power, honey.
Bare feet.
Yeah. Barefoot.
Connected to Mother Gaia.
Yeah, I need to connect to Gaia. Exactly. Wow, you have a twin brother.
Yes, I do.
Are your parents tall? They have to.
My mom is 6 feet, stark white platinum hair.
Oh my God.
So yeah, unfortunately, I could always like spot her in the auditorium.
Is your dad tall?
He's 6 feet.
Okay, so together it makes sense.
It does make sense. I think it definitely comes from her side, and then a lot of like Midwestern.
Is she like Scandinavian?
There's like some Swiss. Yeah. There's some Swiss in us.
Going on.
Swiss, Scottish.
So did you and your brother go to high school together?
We did. He went to a few different schools, but he ended up back in my high school graduating. But like we were in very different like programs and lanes. So like I would really never see him.
Were you close? Are you close?
We are close. I think you can only be so close to like, you know, when you're at such like you're developing at such different paces that we obviously have a love for each other, but like he would like annoy the shit out of me. So like he would always push me to the point of like I would hit him and then he would go into a full rage state and then I'd be locked in my bathroom because he was banging a lightsaber against the door. So you know what I mean? So there's that bond, but then there's also I think that bit of rivalry too. And once again, he was in love with Audrey too. So I think that was also a part of it. He sometimes be like, you're not treating her well enough. She deserves to be treated better. You need to see her more. Oh. Uh-huh.
I love
that. It's like she deserves more.
Wow.
I mean, I was running from my own identity, Sam. He didn't know that at the time.
So when she started giving you a hand job underneath the blanket watching the Golden Globes, you were like what? Like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I literally was like, Coinciding with the hand job I had in the dark, I had started to watch gay porn on my own. So I was already, but how I would justify it to myself was like, well, I've got straight girlfriend, so I can watch gay porn and it balances out. Right. Once again, I'm all about the scales of justice being balanced. Yes. So I was like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I watched my gay porn and then I have my straight girlfriend and then it's sort of, that's perfect.
It's fine. It neutralizes itself.
It's crazy what we convince ourselves into in high school.
In life.
In life in general.
I mean, like I'm always like, you know, it's a constant battle.
It's what I was doing. I was negotiating with myself every single day and living like a bifurcated gay life with my straight girlfriend.
Straight girlfriend.
But when she was going up and down, I think my juvenile body got
of course
hard.
It's like, oh my God, someone's touching my penis.
But like church and state were separated. I could not finish for the life of me. So I had to be like, I'm too roughed up. Like I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just went to the bathroom and I truly just stood in a corner until the boner went down. I just pretended I finished. I told all my straight male straight male friends, I told them that she gave me a hand job. Oh. And of course they're like, oh, did you finish? I said, yeah, but I had to leave the room. It was too much.
Oh, it's so
I just
sweet.
lied.
So you were into theater. You did theater in high school.
That was absolutely. From pauper to prince of the theater program.
And you were the star.
By senior year, I was, yes, king of the theater kids.
King of the theater
My school was like 5,000 kids. So like, whoa. I think what was both nice and also very daunting if you didn't find your path or your track or your niche, you could just get lost in a sea of adolescence. I had my group immediately.
Everyone I've spoken to today has gone to these huge high schools.
Yeah, it felt like college. I mean, my high school was harder than college. There was not a single hard class in college for me compared to like what I had to do senior year of high school.
That is so crazy.
I know. So like it was
your high school cliquey?
Very cliquey. But once again, like there were so many kids that like you kind of just knew there were cliques and you were just like, okay, well, what's mine? Do you know what I mean? It was more about finding your own clique. Even within the cliques, like even within the popular kids, there was like, okay, there's like the female lacrosse popular girls. And then there's like just like the drinking popular girls. There's the cocaine party girls. Right. There's just like, there was a hot list at my school. Like,
there was a hot list. Hot 100. Mm-hmm. Was it just girls or was it boys too?
Well, it was just girls at first, but then the girls brought back.
Yeah.
They bit back.
Were you on the list?
No.
Really?
No, I was sweet little cherub. Like,
why not? I would have voted you on the list. You're hot.
That's very sweet. I looked a little different in high school.
What was the style?
We were a little softer on the edges. I mean, it was. I mean, I would rock and kicks. I had my Air Force Ones.
Okay.
I was like that. I was obsessed with shoes. I was my mother's son.
Give me 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs so I can get it popping in my Air Force Ones.
Oh.
Do you remember that song?
I don't. But
do you remember that song, Chevy? Yeah, it's a Nelly song.
Oh fuck! My mom loves Nelly.
There,
I should know this.
Walking into traffic after this. I'm your mom. I take off my mask.
No, that's just a weird fact about my mom.
That's really
she was
funny.
like the old woman. Not old. She's not old, but she was the middle-aged woman at a Nelly concert. That was like that's how I knew my mom.
Digging yourself a hole. No, I'm gonna make you listen to Air Force Ones after this.
Okay, please.
It's a good song.
I was more like the Paolo Nutini song. Hey, I got my new shoes on and suddenly everything's right.
No.
Okay, well I'm gonna show you that a little shoe song.
We're gonna swap. So you were in your Air Force Ones.
Air Force Ones, Levi jeans, and then...
Are we in like a 501?
We're in a 501.
Okay.
I was like... I used to be like... When I found 501s, I was like, I'm only wearing 501s for the rest of... I'm going to make that my thing.
That's like mine. I only wear 501s. In terms of
not anymore. 501s actually didn't really fit me. I just liked the branding of a 501.
Yeah.
Wrangler. I'm like a Wrangler boy.
I like 501s and 502s. And
what's a 502?
It's just like a slightly different cut.
For some reason, my like fat Midwestern thighs do not fit into 501. So like I would get them to fit my thigh and then it'd be really loose around the top.
But I think that's like common. Because I only like vintage 501s, obviously. Unique me. But
a little frayed.
Yeah,
a
little distressed.
Worn in,
a little worn in knee. But what was the top? What were your tops like?
Tops were, I would say, it was like the pipeline from like Abercrombie to J.Crew.
Yeah.
Because Mad Men and like J.Crew Renaissance hit right as I was starting high school.
That J.Crew Renaissance really did come through.
And I was
they like completely, it became really cool.
No, it was literally everything. I remember my friends pooled together to buy me a matching bow tie and like dress shirt from J.Crew for like my senior year birthday. It was like right after I'd come out. And I literally was like this. I was like, you guys shouldn't have done this. This is too much. I was hype about J.Crew.
Yes.
But I found thrifting in high school, sophomore year. And that was kind of like, actually this outfit, I liked it. It's a rewear of an outfit, but no one's seen it before. So I'm just outing myself.
Outfit.
But it's also representative of every phase I had in high school every year. My first year, I wore Abercrombie beanie with like a 2 flaps, those little stringy sides, fake shearling on the inside. I wore it every day. His name was Schmitty. And that was like what people knew me at. They were just like Mike and his hat Schmitty. I don't know. And I thought that was so funny and cool.
Very indie boy.
It
indie
was.
Emo boy.
And that's when I was listening to like, the Script and Still to Fray.
Love it.
Exactly. Little indie sleaze trying to really
cute.
feel my feels and feel a little cool.
Yes.
And then I went to Salvation Army.
Yes.
With some improv boys. I was also in improv. Digging myself a deeper hole, but we went to Salvation Army and I found this baby blue sweater vest. And I had not even owned a sweater vest before. That's why I'm wearing a sweater vest. But that sweater vest changed everything.
Changed the game.
I didn't change what I was wearing underneath. It was still 2 t-shirts at all times, but I would put the sweater vest over the 2 t-shirts.
What kind of 2 t-shirts?
One would be like some sort of like school shirt that you would get either from like PE or some play I was in. And then on top of that would be like a graphic wacky tee.
Like what?
Like something from Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters was also, I think, really climaxing at that time in a big way, too.
Urban Outfitters was king when I was in high school. Like, Urban Outfitters was...
It was Mecca.
I would say quintessential.
And that was like where like the queer, cool, like Northwestern college students were shopping next to the movie theater that we would go to in high school.
Love that.
And so you'd always peep in to the Urban Outfitters. And
their
clearance section is all I could afford, but their clearance section was
popping off because they had so much backstock that like you could go to their clearance section and get a shirt for like $4.99.
Oh, and I did.
Yeah.
Almost every month I would just go to Urban Outfitters, get a $4.99 shirt. I'd go to the J.Crew sales section to also have crazy 4 times a year they would have crazy like 75% off, 25% off the clearance price already.
A little "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirt.
I was really,
Remember those?
Oh, absolutely.
Virginia is for lovers.
Absolutely.
Like,
I'm sure I had all of them.
Yeah.
Just
Ciao Bella.
Just like collecting the quarters.
Yeah. No, Ciao Roma is
Ciao
what it
Roma.
said. Yeah. I had a Ciao Roma shirt. I actually have a picture of me.
Wait, please.
Oh my God. Wearing a Ciao Roma. Wow, you guys are really gonna like this. Were you V-neck? I hated V-necks because I had big tits.
And you didn't want to, and you did not want to show them off.
I didn't want to show them off. Wait,
but even like the V-neck with them, like the little cami underneath. You know what I mean? The little you'd see the little bit of the exposed.
The little
cami.
bit. See, I was wearing a Ciao Roma.
Ciao Roma.
Ciao Roma.
I mean, you look gorgeous. You look gorgeous.
I was in 8th grade.
You look intimidating. Were you intimidating?
Yeah, I think so.
In 8th grade? Like, what was your vibe in 8th grade?
In 8th grade, I had... In 8th grade, I was like casually smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I would have been terrified of you. I would not be able to look you in the eyes.
I was smoking pot for sure. A lot of pot.
In 8th grade?
Yeah.
I was such a nerd goof.
I was smoking
in high school.
a lot of pot. The more and
were your
more,
parents just like lax about it, or were they kind of like
aloof? They were focused on themselves. They were focused on work. So I just was in a they were great parents in many ways, but in a lot of other ways, extremely absent. I'm the youngest of 3.
Okay, so they're kind of third time around.
Well, I'm my mom's second, my dad's third. I think I gave off an energy of... I've always been able to handle myself. Like, I've always been very self-sufficient. Yes. I started cooking myself dinner when I was like 9. You know what I mean? I've always
Matilda
been able...
vibes.
Yeah, like I got it on lock. So I think because my parents had always seen that in me, they felt like perhaps I needed less guidance than I actually needed in reality, you know, because I acted very self-assured and very...
I was the same.
Yeah.
Because my twin needed so much attention.
Right.
I kind of, from the very early ages of like, I don't know, 6, 7, I just had to like kind of amuse myself.
Yeah.
And like, pretty much that's why I think why I love dolls. I had so many dolls and toys. Like I had a full soundstage, full studio at all times because that's all I was doing was just entertaining myself and making sure I was out of my parents' way so they could take care of my twin.
Was it just you and your brother?
And I have an older brother too.
Love that.
Who was like the good boy of the family, but like meanwhile he started drinking when he was, 8th grade into freshman year. But like my parents did not know. He was very good at keeping it a secret. So my mom would be mad when I tried to stay out till like 11 or 12 at night. Even drinking.
Did you drink or do anything in high school?
No, not literally until senior year. I was such a good boy. And my mom and I would get into screaming fights weekly because I just wanted to stay out a little bit later with like my weird, nerdy theater friends playing games.
I
was like, we're just playing improv games.
Yeah.
That's it. Literally, that is it. We're watching bad horror films.
I pray to God that if I ever have a child, they just are like, we just want to play zip zap zop.
But she wouldn't believe me. She thought I was up to no good. But she liked when I was with Audrey because I think she knew Audrey was like a very good girl.
Wow. So you were with Audrey. Were you a good student?
Very good student. But like, Audrey and I were 2 different kinds of students where like I could just kind of show up, written the essay at like that morning,
right, and
then turn it in and get an A, and or like study for the test that morning and get an A, and she would be studying for like weeks at a time, flashcards, spreadsheets, all of that.
So you're a good student. You're a good test taker. I feel like teachers probably loved you. I was like, look, I did well. I'm agreeable.
Yeah. I was sweet. I would raise my hand, not too much. I wasn't a show off.
Yeah.
I was just kind of there to vibe, have a good time. But like, also, my school was very weird in that we had like a number system.
Yeah.
So there was obviously AP, which was like level 5.
Right.
And then there was level 4, which was not AP, but pretty much the same thing as AP, just a little bit less. And then there was level 3, which is like normie, but still kind of like looked down upon if you take level 3.
Were you level 5?
And then there's level 2, which you don't.
No,
you don't talk about
you can't be a level 2.
You can't talk about level 2.
So what were you?
I started level 3.
Yeah.
Tried and true level 3. Humble, and then I never went to 5. I stayed at 4.
Whatever.
Because I was also like,
Who needs 5?
Because I literally was like, I'm not going to be doing any of this. Like, I'm going to be studying musical theater. Like, I don't need these skills. Like, I just need to focus on my craft.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay in level 4.
Yep.
And then focus fully on my extracurriculars.
So when did you finally break up with Audrey?
Senior year after Beauty and the Beast.
What happened?
We were in the same cast. I was Lumiere, she was Mrs. Potts. So it was already percolating by the time senior year started, obviously. Yeah. And at that point, there was a fracture in our relationship of just, she was really horny. And I was so afraid. I would truly just like, I would use the phantom ball pain.
Yeah, phantom ball pain.
Over and over again. Like, I pushed it to the limit.
Phantom ball pain.
No, truly, like, I pushed it to the limit until literally she was like, I know your family schedule. I know your stepmom and your dad are not home. I know we can have the house to ourselves because it's like we had the day off from school. It was one of those like teacher conference days. We're having sex. And I was like, great. I was like, awesome. I was like, put it in the calendar. Let's literally put when we're losing our virginities in the calendar. And it was like a Monday. It was like a Monday during the day. And it was honestly, I do have a song about it. I do sing it from her perspective.
That's really
because
funny.
It was traumatizing for me. Obviously, she's great.
But did you have sex?
We did. I did enter inside of her, and I lasted 2 minutes. And here's the thing: God knows what He's doing. It felt good, but to get there, that was a psychological war that I don't think I've ever want to experience again.
Yeah.
The things I had to try and fantasize, like just to even pull up some sort of like, a gust of wind would come.
Yeah.
Put on a condom, fall back down. The condom would be wasted. We went through like 8 condoms, and I had to turn the other way. She's like, "Do you want some help?" I was like, "No, do not come close to me." I had to leave the room, go to my bathroom, psych myself up in the mirror. Eventually, somehow, we got a strong enough gust. I got it in, and I finished. I did it, but I couldn't do it again. I did it once, and I said, I don't think.
That's for you.
I don't think we can do this again. And then Beauty and the Beast happened. Coincided with the Hunger Games premiere, which was that's a seminal moment for me because I invited all of my friends to the midnight premiere of Hunger Games, except for my literal love of my life girlfriend, Audrey. I did not invite her to the Hunger Games midnight premiere, and hoping she'd get some sort of hint.
Right.
And she texted me while we were there, and she was like, "Why didn't you invite me to this? Like, you invited all of your friends." And my 2 friends pulled me into the emergency staircase.
JJ?
JJ wasn't there, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because once again, JJ was fighting for the relationship.
Yeah.
JJ wouldn't have been able to help me in that moment.
Yeah.
But they were like, "You have to do it. You just have to end it. You have to tell her you want to go on a break." And so I literally texted her. I said, "Yeah, I didn't invite you because I don't think this is working anymore. And I'm going to go enjoy the movie, but I think I should go on a break."
Oh my
God.
God.
Spring break was happening. Like, it was starting that next week.
It was imminent, yeah.
And so we met up after that week, and we broke up. But, and this ties back to the short king of it all, the next day after we broke up, her best friend all of high school, a very sweet man, he's kind of the opposite of me. He's like 5, I think he's like 5'6"-ish.
Yeah. I
love him to death, John Katz. He hates me because I was in his way the whole time. He professed his love to her. And he said, "I've loved you all of high school. And I've been wanting to do this for so long. And I can finally ask you out. Will you be my girlfriend?" She said yes. And they're married with child now.
Oh my God.
I know. So like, I really lucked out on the breakup of it all because like she got an even better happy ending at the end of it. And
so are you and Audrey cool?
We are cool. We were close for a while, but I think just like with college and then you just slowly drift apart. Like I was not invited to their wedding, which I did want to show up like Maleficent.
You should have. Does anybody have any objections? You all of a sudden pop up.
She really in full cosplay.
Yeah.
I really would have shown up, but no, I didn't get. So it's also just like, yeah, cool. You go live your life. I'm gonna go do my thing, and I have all the love in the world for her. I still think I wasn't invited because John doesn't like me.
100%.
And that's okay.
He doesn't want to invite a stallion like you into the wedding.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I will say I think Audrey's mom really liked me, and it took him a while to like warm her over to his side because he just wasn't me. I mean, look, I was her daughter's like gay BFF.
Yeah.
She was also dating, so of course she liked me.
Of course.
She just didn't know why.
And I'm sure that there was something inside of Audrey's mom's mind that was like, Audrey's very safe with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she knew I didn't want to take advantage.
Yeah.
If anything,
I actually didn't want to do
I wanted to keep
my
distance.
I just wanted to hang out. Yeah.
I truly just wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
So and then the other gift that happened, my best friend, I won't say names for this, a week after our breakup, because obviously we were the talk of the theater wing
of course.
For that week. And I literally was like, oh, FML. And my friend, okay, I won't say his name.
You can make up a name.
My friend
Georgie.
Bo.
Oh, Bo.
Georgie. Bo. We'll say Bo. He was embroiled in a cheating scandal with one of my other best friends, and then at the time his girlfriend. And so that quickly overshadowed our breakup because then all of a sudden
all the focus was on the cheating scandal. And as we all know, cheating scandals in high school are huge.
Oh, there's nothing bigger. It was like breaking news. CNN.
Yeah.
And so then I got to just like sneak away from any drama. And then a few weeks later, I did come out. And
just a few weeks.
I was on a mission. I needed to come out before high school ended.
Was Audrey like? Did she say anything to you?
Oh yeah. I mean, no. I had a moment with her because that's who I was most nervous to tell. And I had a crazy voice teacher in high school. We was truly like a little cult. We were called Nitschke Kids, and he is a true character. Like, hi Greta. That's like he would leave voicemails on all of our phones, and he would just, hi Greta, it's Dr. Nitschke. It's 3:43 p.m. and I'm leaving you a voicemail to tell you that you have a lesson tomorrow at 5 p.m. Bring your chopstick.
Oh
Bye.
My God.
And he told me after I'd come out to him, he was like, be careful about telling Audrey, because she was also one of his students. And I was like, why? He's like, well, I've just had exes that never talked to me again because I came out to them and told them why we broke up, and they resented me for it, for wasting their time. So be careful. And so I was so afraid to tell her. And then I told her, and I got to see her connect the dots in her head of oh my God.
Which probably felt,
oh my God.
I mean, that probably felt so good because she was probably feeling like something was wrong with her.
It's the ultimate, it wasn't you, it was me.
Oh my God.
It was the ultimate, you know what I mean? It was the ultimate, like it wasn't you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
I like dick. I'm sorry. We both actually share something in common.
Yeah,
I think the most important
actually bringing us closer.
And so I think there was like such a relief after that for her. And also, once again, she had a boyfriend who then has become her husband and now father of her child.
So crazy.
So like, she's clearly won.
It's all worked out.
And I like had a night where I just kind of ripped off the Band-Aid and texted all of my best friends. I said, hey, ... Audrey's going to be my last girlfriend, ... if you know what I mean, ... I sent that to probably like 10 people. That's my closest friends.
So funny.
And they all were like, we love you, Mike. We love you. We're like, yes,
so
get it.
Sweet.
And then I saw my best friend, Jackie, who's still like best friend from high school, like will be the best woman at my wedding if I have a wedding. And I saw her in person. I was like, okay, I'm going to say the same thing I say to everyone else. I said, Jackie, I have something to tell you. Audrey's going to be my last girlfriend, if you know what I mean. And Jackie goes, she looks me in the eyes. She goes, no, I don't know what you mean. Like kind of smiling. Yeah. And I was like, what? You're just supposed to celebrate. You're just supposed to celebrate me. I was like, no, you know what I mean. She's like, I don't. I think you need to say it. Oh. And and it was like, and you know what I mean? I hadn't even realized that I had not said the word gay to anyone yet, to even myself. Right. And so it was like this big climactic, like that in my movie, that's like the moment I'm crying. I'm like, I can't. She's like, you can. Say it. I'm gay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And it sucks because like, I instantly got so much closer with all my best friends. You know what I mean? It was that wall, that facade. Right. That really was just this like, opaque barrier between me and my best friends that like that summer before college was so meaningful for me because I actually got to bond with them. Right. As like the real me. Your authentic self. Bow tie forward. Bow tie came into play. That's where the bow tie came into play. Oh my goodness. Knock, knock, knock. Is that a door knock I hear? Why, yes, it is.
We are in the high school guidance counselor's office, and I'm your high school guidance counselor.
Hello, Miss Titelman.
Hello. In this section of the show, you get to rectify a wrongdoing of your high school past. So you can say fuck you to someone, or you can apologize to someone, or you can do both.
Wow. I mean, I think I have to apologize to both myself and to my ex. It's tough to apologize, and I guess I would love your professional opinion on this. Is there a right time to come out? I think there's a part of me that wants to apologize to myself for taking so long. But my journey's my journey.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the tough part. Is like, could she have been a high school sweetheart with her now husband from freshman year?
No. Also, like,
these are the conversations you replay in your own head.
Here's my thing. She probably wasn't ready to date her now husband when she was dating you. And I also think, like, in terms of coming out and like feeling ready to do that, I think that you do that when you are ready. You know, I don't think that that's even worth tormenting yourself about.
And I don't really, but I guess I would apologize to her for the treacherous journey we went on together emotionally.
I'm sure she probably is like relieved, if anything, to know that the reason why you couldn't get hard wasn't her.
Yeah, and there was one guy and it was while I was still straight. One guy who like pushed me in the hallway and called. He said, "Watch where you're going, faggot." That was my one faggot moment. Like, it was like sophomore year, and I think I was like, that's when I was like still really convinced I was straight, and I was like.
You're like, do you know I have a girlfriend?
I have a girlfriend. Because they were like the couple that would make out in the hallway.
You're like, I have a girlfriend.
I gotta go find my girlfriend and make out with her and touch her breasts. Her big
that I've equated to stress balls. I need to go and squeeze her stress ball.
My emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Audrey.
I need to get my emotional support goat out in the out here. Yeah.
Now, I guess the other thing I wanted to bring up for the guidance counselor.
Yes.
I was a Craigslist boy.
What do you mean?
I would post ads on Craigslist.
For men to come
tall, virgin bottom. Literally, should be a ghost right now.
And would you meet up?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. We need to go back. Wait.
And
when were you doing this?
This was, when
you came out.
When I came out, I became poster boy for Craigslist.
So then
and Grindr was coinciding with like Grindr was just starting to find its footing too, but I would kind of tag team it. I had
when was the first time you did it, and was it scary the first time?
Yeah, it was. He was a father, which was my type is like older men.
Honey, you're daddy. Like living euphoria.
No, quite literally, I was. Once again, like I would post full pictures of myself with my friends on Craigslist, being like tall, virgin bottom, like asking for it to be kidnapped and never be seen again.
So then who was the first person?
He was this very nice, like 38-year-old man who had a giant penis, and I thought that's what I was like, that's what I want for my first time. That's definitely what I want.
Huge dick.
But that's also like, you're just like, you are conditioning yourself for whatever porn you're watching. And unfortunately, I stumbled into the like prosthetic monster cock area of Pornhub.
Yeah.
And
we all stumble there sometimes.
We all stumble there. I had a phase of like 13 to 14. Like, truly, they must have been prosthetics. They can't be real. Huge. I can't imagine they're real for anyone's safety.
No.
And then also two dick porn. Men with two penises.
Love that.
Yes, that is a sub genre.
I will look
porn.
that up.
But there are men, whether it's prosthetic or not, that would have two penises and they would enter both holes.
The ass and
vagine. Same time.
Wow.
And then also, I think I saw two dicks in entering a woman, and it aroused me, I think, because there were two penises.
Right.
Two better than one.
So wait, you meet up with the Craigslist guy.
I meet up with him, and I like see his son's room. I'm just like, we kind of make his way. We make our way to his bedroom.
Was this the first guy you hooked up with?
No. This is the first guy I lost my virginity to.
Okay.
I had like before that, I was prying myself up with this scenario I would ask these guys to play out with me, which is like a hitchhiker showing up on my doorstep.
Love that.
Pretending that their car was broken down.
Like
and
a
they
role
wanted to
play.
like they wanted to take a nap.
Love that.
And that's all they like. Yeah, they wanted to rest their eyes for a moment and make a phone call.
So how would you tell them that that's the scenario you wanted?
I was a screenwriter from a young age. I would literally write it out. I would write the script out for them of what to say.
It's like a Jeffrey Dahmer. Like
you calling me Jeffrey? I guess it is Dahmer of me.
No, it's not. It's so interesting.
I know, and I think it must have been.
It actually is rooted in wanting control, probably.
Yes, absolutely. I think from other prior experiences that I had, middle school and stuff, like, I think it was me subconsciously taking back control. You know what I mean?
So then you had sex with the big dicked 38-year-old. Mm-hmm. And that was probably crazy.
Yeah, it was most pain I've ever. It's like truly being pierced by a blade. Because I would just like try. I didn't know what you know what I mean. You don't know what it feels like until it's happening to you, and it just feels like, it's like the alien coming out of the stomach, and Alien, but like reverse it. That's like what it felt. It felt like the alien was going into my butthole, and I was like, truly just like tears down my cheeks, just being like, it's fine. And eventually, I guess it felt good. It felt good eventually.
Did you have sex with him again?
No, I never saw him again.
But then you saw other Craigslist people.
I had one guy, and his initial J, we'll say J. First time we met was at his buddy's house in a pool shed. And he was also older, and I didn't know much about him, but like fucked me in a pool shed on a inflatable flamingo. That was really good. And so I saw him again. This time he invited me over to his house. Entered the side door. Saw maybe child size 6 Uggs in pink. You know what I mean? In the corner of my eye, I was like, kids exist here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then he takes me up to his room, big master bedroom. I peek into the closet. I can just kind of see it's like a walk-in big closet. There's a full woman. So I was like, oh, I'm literally just in this man's house. Yeah. The other woman, his wife and his kids are gone, maybe out to the botanical gardens for the day. Who's to say? Yeah, who's to say? But I lived my other woman fantasy for a moment that summer before college, really thinking I was that bitch.
Were you 18?
No, but in Chicago, in Illinois, 17 is the legal age.
Yeah, I mean,
on the record.
Yeah, on the record. On the record, and we love doing things on the record on the show.
I was not. I mean, also literally. Tight virgin, you know what I mean? Tight virgin bottom on Craigslist.
By the way, like
that advertises like I'm underage.
I went through like a fantasy moment of wanting to like respond to Craigslist ads. Like I went through a moment of like people seeking like
heart racing.
People seeking like pillow princesses or like people wanting to do like wanting like just want a sub girl for like toy play. I was always like, I would read them and I'd be like, oh my God, I wish that like you are a 6'5" man.
I wanted to feel like little boy.
Yeah, but like I feel like I was so scared of literally getting like trafficked that like
I should have been more scared, but I am big. But I was like big and flimsy.
Yeah, but I think that like it's harder to steal a 6'5" man.
That is true. I'm sure I had fight in me.
I'm a little bit more of like a pocket.
Yeah, you really could just
pocket rocket.
Pocket rocket. Yes. I don't know. I'd bet on you in a fight. Even between us, you would win in a fight.
Murder.
No, absolutely. You would know exactly the pressure point to hit.
Feisty,
make my knees bend.
100%. If you could go back in time and give your high school self any advice, what would it be?
Don't say yes to Audrey. Going to turnabout. No, I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, the advice I'd give myself, I think, don't exist in the shadows, like in the unspoken shame that you existed in for so long. Like you're gonna be fine. Like you're gonna find the light.
Yeah.
And it's not on the chat rooms. It's not on Craigslist.
No,
it's not on Grindr.
It's not.
I would say get off of 321gayteenchat.com. That's what I would say. Because I was on 321gayteen chat throughout my entire relationship.
Wow.
That was a chat room.
321gayteenchat.com.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tevye, I keep on forgetting our classmates corner. Do we have one today?
Yes. We have Kate writing in who says, "Hey, Greta, I've been a fan since your insightful and hilarious days at the Lady Lovin' podcast.
Oh, thank you for listening to that.
The
Thank
guidance
you.
counselor moment I'm seeking is for an apology to a best friend I had in high school that I dropped like a hotcake the summer after graduation. She did not deserve such callous treatment, and now I see through years of therapy that I was abandoning her before she abandoned me a second time. The first time was when she broke plans with me to hang out with her boyfriend when I was nursing a broken heart after my first real breakup. I have seen her a couple times when I've been back home, but it was never an appropriate time for a deep discussion. I've been torn on reaching out to her via social media, as I think my real motive is to relieve my own guilt. It's not that I'm trying to rekindle the friendship, to be honest. What do you think? Thank you for the thousands of laughs and the antidepressant spirit you bring to my life weekly, Kate."
That's a nice email.
That's
Thank you
so-
for writing in.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know how we feel about apologies on the show.
And remind me, how do we feel about apologies on the show?
Tevi, how do we feel about apologies on the show?
Sometimes it's self-serving and
Exactly.
maybe not for the other person.
Exactly.
Do you need to open that wound up for the other person?
Yeah, I think that like a lot of the time I feel like, and I feel this way personally, like whatever I'm seeking, really what I'm seeking is the other person telling me that it's okay. Is the other person telling me they don't hate me? Is the other person telling me everything's fine, don't worry?
But that also might be forcing them to like give you closure in a way that would be performative for them.
Correct. And also, they might not feel that way.
Exactly.
And
but if
it's-
you're like being like, hey, I really want to like
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah, more likely than not, they're not going to be like, yeah, actually, fuck you. Like, don't ever talk to me. They're like, yeah, it's fine.
It's
I'm
fine. It's
healed.
whatever.
I was on the other side of Kate's situation.
Oh, really?
I had a very bad friend breakup at the end of college,
Mm.
and kind of dropped me immediately. It was like 4 years best friend dropped, and I think, and I've seen him since.
Yeah.
He lives out here, and we've like gotten dinner. Like it's kind of cordial now. But like if he were to ever like, I don't know if I'd need him to apologize to me, because
Right.
once again it'd be coming from a place of like serving himself.
Right.
Whereas like I've done the work to heal myself and to move on, and I'd be like, yeah, what you did really sucked and really hurt me in a way that I've never been hurt before. But I'm fine.
Yeah.
It was a gift. You know what I mean? It was a gift.
Right.
Probably for Kate or her friend, it was a gift in a way.
Yeah.
I'm sure that friend learned so much. Sometimes like the like most primal wounds that were given
Yeah.
help us grow the most. Because like I literally thank him now
Right.
for the forced change he made me go through. Like I had to grow so much from that
Yeah.
moment.
I think that these are just, we all have moments in our lives where we're like humiliated by our own behavior, but like an apology, knowing someone's cool with you, it still doesn't change it.
Doesn't change what's happened.
And you just gotta, I think that you need to know in your heart that like you're good. So that's it. And peace is the answer.
Yeah, I can. Once again, I was on the other side of the situation, but I did
Yeah.
write a letter at the end of our friendship. I did write a letter being like, this is what our friendship meant to us. And like, I'm hurt by you in this way. And I sent it to him. And what did it lead to? A 5-hour fight. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
it didn't actually, me reaching out and trying to get closure actually didn't solve anything.
Yeah. I mean, I reached out to an ex-boyfriend of mine to try and get closure, and I didn't hear a response back until literally like 7 years later. And it was just like so not.
Was he lost at sea?
What
It took 7 years?
I don't know. But it was like, yeah, you realize like, oh, actually, like you aren't hearing me. You're not absorbing what I'm saying. And in fact, you're like disappointing me more in this response. So then you just gotta let it go.
Yeah. People in your life for a reason or a season,
Yeah.
you know?
Say that, motherkins.
People are in your life for a reason or a season.
Period. Did you go to your prom?
I did.
What'd you wear?
It should have been more fabulous. It was like an ugly ass gray Men's Warehouse rental tux with baby blue underneath.
Yes, with a bow tie.
Bow tie, of course. I chose bow tie.
What color?
was baby blue. It was matched the vest,
baby blue.
of course.
Yes. Love that.
It matched the vest, and I was very vest forward.
Who did you take?
So Audrey and I we had broken up, obviously, before prom. So it was the big scandal. Who's Mike going to take?
Yes.
Who's Mike going to take to senior year prom?
Yes.
I ended up taking my dear, dear, dear friend, Emily Ronsky.
Love that.
Who, bi queen. I came out to her. She was the first person I came out to, actually, as bi before I had transitioned to gay.
When it was Kinsey Scale 3.
When I was like, hey, I'm 3, mama.
Yeah.
She was like, you're a 6. She was like, She's like, she knew I was a 6. But I took her, and she was a junior, so it was like a big deal for her.
Yeah.
And that is where like prom was drama, because by that point I was like casually drinking. Not a lot. I could count on like one hand how many times I was drinking, mom.
Right.
But like my mom was like, still no drinking until you graduate high school, until you get to college. My parents were divorced, so my dad did not care. So when I was with my dad, didn't matter. When I was with my mom, it mattered.
Yeah.
But technically, the night of prom, I was with my dad.
With your dad.
My mom still came to the pictures beforehand, along with my twin, Sam, who was not going, and I think, once again, a bit jealous.
Yeah.
He sabotaged me. He overheard other parents talking about the after party, because my dad had to give permission for me to drink at this after party at my friend's parents' house. And he heard that, and he tattled to my mom. Not right away, later on in the night. And so while we're downstairs, I'm literally coming out to all of my like second, third tier friends, like truly just pulling people aside, telling them, getting high fives by like the straight guys there. My friend's dad pulls me upstairs. He's like, Mike, you need to come up here right now. My mom was on the phone with him. I could hear her screaming. He was holding the phone. I could hear her screaming through the phone. She's like, I could have you arrested for supervising these kids drinking. She's like, I could have you arrested. And she's like, Mike, you need to leave right now, or I'm calling the cops on your friend's parents.
So you had to leave.
No, I hostage negotiated. I said, Mom, you're not ruining this party for my friends. You're not ruining this night for anyone else here. You're not ruining it for me. Whatever consequences you want to give me, you give me them tomorrow. But tonight, I'm living. Something like that. Probably a little bit more.
And she was like, okay, fine.
Yes, and I also was fully blackout at this point. And so I think I had confidence. I had confidence. Next day, she tries to take away. There was Angels in America playing at some theater in Chicago, and I already had seen part 1 with my gay uncle Craig, and we were going to go to part 2 that weekend. She said, "You can't go to part 2." She said, "You're not going to Angels in America part 2. And that's your punishment for drinking." Oh my God! And I lost it, and literally, and Craig. If there's anyone you don't want to like try to out bitch, it's Craig, and he. To this day, I won't know what he pulled on my mom. But he pulled something on her that to this day I don't know that she let me go. I don't know what it is.
Well, because I think in reality, he probably would have been like, listen.
No, he told me he threatened her with something.
One day you'll have to know. You'll have to find out.
He threatened her with something. No, it was full threat level.
Oh my God.
He was like, you're not taking this away from him. And if you do, this will happen.
Oh my God.
So that was my prom.
Wow, what a storied past you have. I gotta know, last question of the pod, what was your senior superlative?
It's quite apt.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Most likely to be famous?
Similar.
Most likely to be on SNL?
Yes! And it was like big at my school. Because once again, it's like 5,000 kids. So like the yearbook was kind of like a who's who.
A big deal.
And there was like a nominating committee.
Yeah.
You got nominated and then you campaigned. My friend JJ campaigned.
I was going to say, JJ's a producer to the stars.
I did not campaign. And more importantly, Audrey really wanted us to be most likely. I don't even. It was most likely to be a couple. I don't know. Most likely to be married.
Likely to get married or something.
And she was campaigning. She wanted us to campaign for that, but I secretly I cared more about SNL.
Of course.
But I didn't campaign.
And you still got it.
And I won. And that was a moment. That was a career defining moment for me.
It really was.
Who is still not anywhere close to SNL.
Oh, but you know what?
You never know. Never say never.
You never know.
They seem tired.
Never say never. I will never say never. Yeah. Mike, thank you.
Air Force Ones.
Yeah, Air Force Ones. We're going to do it's all about mashups today. Thank you so much for coming on my show. What a treat of an episode. So much more to unearth with you.
I know, leaving a lot of things dangling.
We didn't even dig it all. Just receive.
Tip. That was just the tip.
You need to come back for a part 2.
Okay.
You've gotten the part 2 badge. There are a few that have gotten the part 2 badge on the show.
I know there are, and by then I think I'll be ready to speak my truth.
I love it.
And by then I'll have some things to say.
By then you'll come out as straight.
Mm-hmm. I'll be back. I'll be swinging back to 1. I'm swinging back to 1 any day now. Trust me, I'm back on Grindr. I'm single again.
There we go.
I'd rather be 1.
Meet me in the club. It's going down. In my Air Force Ones.
In my Air Force Ones.
I'll never say never. Where can all my listeners find you?
They can find me at SpongeMike123, which is a screen name I picked in high school because I loved what? SpongeBob.
There you go.
And I thought that was my entire identity. I thought that was great.
SpongeMike123.
I just have never changed it.
And you shouldn't.
No, and I won't.
And don't.
Because people call me Sponge sometimes.
There you go. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Another gorgeous episode in the can with me, Greta Titelman, the iconic, the one and only, the queen, me. Give me 5 stars. Give me positive reviews. Let me know you love me so I know to keep doing this show. Until next time, stay cool, never change. Ciao.
That was a Headgum podcast.